What's going on, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? My stream is kind of messed up right now. I'm in a different location than normal. Let me see what I can do about this. Is it that? Is that the issue? Oh, fudge. Dang it. Well, this is such an interesting way to start stuff out. Let's start things out for this new stream. Son of a gun. Finally, it's working. Okay. And then I flip it. Let's zoom into my face. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do the intro again one more time. I can't do it? Hey, what's going on, guys? Sorry about the technical issues I was having a moment ago, but I seemingly have it down pat, so we're gonna get started. If you're looking at the thumbnail or the title of the video, of course you're gonna know that the video today is a little bit different than normal. Instead of doing Palm Pilot stuff, we're gonna transition to a new project, an Arduboy project. And of course, if you've already been keeping up with my other projects, you know what the Arduboy is. It's a little game system, little handheld Arduino based game system. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Really cool looking. There's different colors, but the screen's all black and white. And right now they're working on a game jam actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start moving over to the programming screen. But what we're gonna do is talk about what the game jam is. And if you don't know what a game jam is, I'll tell you what game jams are. And then I'll talk about the kind of project we're gonna work all from scratch. And of course the language is gonna be C++. Also, if you've noticed something different about where I'm actually at my parents' house. I've gone a little stir crazy being inside, and I keep complaining about a lot of random stuff that keeps happening in my life, and you can't really see it, but I messed up my leg too recently on Saturday, so like random crap keeps happening. So I'm at my parents' place for this week to kind of clear my head. But let's go ahead and get started on the programming this all. And I think there's a way to flip my camera around. Let's see. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. But let's see. Filters. Info. Oh man, I have no idea what I'm doing then. Oof. Image mask blend. Scaling and aspect ratio. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Uh-oh, this is not what I want. Alright, well, it looks like I'm just going to be kind of backwards for now. Not a big deal. But okay, so I'm going to be programming with the Arduino IDE today. But before we get to that, let's open up Chrome real quick. And we'll go take a look at the Arduboy Game Jam 5 post. So what a game jam is, it's basically an excuse to make a small game. Sometimes they're contests where you can win prizes. So they usually have a start and end date, like this one. Usually it's really small, but this one's an entire month. So it ends, right now it's the 1st, or no, it's the 11th. So I have 2.5 weeks. No, wait, 1, 2, 3, about 3 weeks to finish this project. But I don't think it's going to take that long. I say that all the time, but the last project we did was in Pascal, which is a language I'm not too familiar with, and with weird hardware. So yeah, I'm not too worried about all that. But let's see. So what you're supposed to do in a game jam is make a game within a certain amount of time, and there's usually a theme involved. So the theme for this one is pretty simple. You're going to have to make it either pretty or simple, and then you get some sort of there's some sort of scoring system that they're going to use to figure out prizes. So if you get first place, you get an Arduboy Mini. Second place is an Arduboy FX, and then they have all the way to 5th place. So you get free stuff, and that's I guess one of the things that the Arduboy company is doing to hype up the new system that's coming out soon. So the one that I have here is just the original Arduboy Kickstarter version. So bonus topics, of course, there can be bonus points, code size, so small code size, and particles. The things that really stick out to me is the particles and pretty. With the Arduboy, there's not a lot of pretty games for the system. Well, there's a whole lot of them, but compared to how big the library is, there's not as many. So my goal is to kind of create a game that's fun and easy and pretty, and hopefully it will place in the top 5. But honestly, I'm just ready to make a new game from start to finish. Circuit Dude for the Palm Pilot is still technically not done, but it's just very slow progress. Arduboy, I feel like I'm a pro with it, so we should be pretty good on that. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about the project that I'm envisioning. So if you don't know what our Crazy Bones are, I'm gonna pull them up real quick. Daniel C says, hi, what up? And Tariq says, I actually tried one of the game jams making most useful and most useless programs. Let me know, Tariq, how you did in that one. I totally forgot that you had entered a while back. Game jams are all over the place. There's some that are happening every day. So if you go online, you should be able to find all sorts of game jams. There's some on itch.io. Or just going to Google, you should be able to find some. If you're interested in trying to win prizes, or maybe you just need the motivation to make a game. But Crazy Bones are these toys that kind of existed in the 90s. They were a huge craze, and I guess despite the name, the reason they're named Crazy Bones is because they're supposed to be like some sort of craze. And they have an interesting backstory too, but they're basically just chunks of plastic, and you take them to like school and stuff and like throw them at other people's Crazy Bones. And there were actually games that you could play with this too. So but they have weird shapes. Some of the newer ones have colors on them. These ones are colored and new. Let me kind of reposition the window a little bit so you can see. So these ones are colorful, and they're new with pictures and stuff on them, decals. But these are the original ones right here. Let's see if this opens up a little bit different. Yeah. So you can see it there a little bit better. They're just basically chunks of plastic. They're basically just chunks of plastic, and a lot of them are pretty ugly designed. The pictures typically don't look like the molds too much, but they're pretty cheap. And I went through and I got a huge collection of Crazy Bones with my friend, and we opened up like $100 of Crazy Bones. But the game is pretty simple. We ended up playing this on his birthday. Oh, this is my collection. Yeah, I have a huge collection. Unfortunately, because I'm at my mom's house today, I don't have my collection with me, but yeah. So this is like part of the game is you flick them at each other's from a distance, and you're trying to be the first person to knock the other person's crazy bone army out, and you just go back and forth like that. So I kind of drew with my friend in a group chat of ours. Oh, that was probably not super cool. Drew some stuff out. So this is kind of my initial sketch of it. Kind of, you know, you flicking your crazy bone at the other person's. Oh, let me reposition this again so you can see it a little bit better. So you can kind of flick your crazy bone at the other person's. But since you have multiple in a line, you kind of have to line it up too before you can actually make that shot. And I was thinking also maybe giving the different designs their own stats too. This game is like all about creating like a collection and stuff, and battling and taking other people's crazy bones. So let's see. If you go to Crazy Bones, this not Wikipedia, there's a Crazy Bones wiki. They have all sorts of characters here. So let's look at popular classic characters. See if there's a thing for it. Popular classic. Wait a minute, why did I do that? Oh, I guess they have mixed some of them up. But yeah, Eggy is a very popular one. And their stats are kind of like, well, how much they can bounce, their balance, stuff like that. It's really a physics-based game, kind of like Jax. It's really, really weird that it like became a craze and popular. It was kind of popular before Pokemon, or maybe around the same time Pokemon first started getting popular. But yeah, I think what I want to do is for this game I want to have like 16 different characters with their own skills or their own stats, and I drew some examples of what these designs could look like with a 16 by 16 size. And my friend created this one too, which is kind of like this guy. But yeah, so I guess the best place to get started with this is to like draw out what we want like the menus and stuff to look like in the game. So we want maybe a 1-player and a 2-player mode. So we have like well, like my Arduboy games, we'll have kind of like an introduction screen. So I'll say intro screen. And you know what? Maybe I should do this in Notepad. Yeah, we want an intro screen, and then we want the main menu. And then in the main menu screen, you should be able to choose 1-player or 2-player. And then when you play 1-player, you should go to like a character selection. But you should also go to character selection if you go to 2-player, but it should show you the character selection twice. And then after the character selection, you'll go to the actual battle screen. Okay. So it looks like, and then also whenever you win or lose, there's going to be like a victory screen or a defeat screen. So I created another multiplayer game for the Arduboy called called Festive Fight. And so these are pretty much the same screens that Festive Fight uses. So let's take a look at that. I forget if I actually show you the entire main menu. So here's my Arduboy again. So you could choose first, second, or even turn off the sound. So we should include that too. And this one has a kind of a character selection screen as well. And this one I tried to make it look a little pretty with like snow in the background because it's supposed to be like a Christmas kind of themed game. But we can kind of pull some inspiration from that as well. So it says winner, 1 player, or CPU. So let me also kind of, now that I have the screens kind of down, and from the victory or defeat screen, you go back to the main menu. But if you win, let's see, victory screen. If you win the victory screen, maybe you should go back to battle screen though, because like you keep playing with the same team until you lose. Yeah, okay, and so we see how many times you win, and then it'll keep track of that too. So we can have a high score system too. So screens, and then if we have a high score, we should have a high score. The victory screen will show your score, and then somewhere along this line, maybe before you choose your characters for 1 player, it'll show the high score screen. Okay. So these are going to be our screens here, our different views, and I'll indent these to make them a little easier to see. And then let's see, what else were we gonna do? Oh yeah, graphics. What kind of graphics are we gonna need for this game? Well, we're gonna need the characters, 16 of them. And we're gonna need my intro screen graphics. The main menu screen, which is like the logo. And yeah, the logo, and then 1P, 2P, and sound selection assets. And during the battle screen, we'll have a battle. Instead of a battle screen, we'll have the aiming screen and the flicking screen, because we want to be able to aim like side to side and then shoot based on like a trajectory. And I kind of have some ideas for that, but the launching mechanic will actually be like Chicken Launcher, which is another game that I made for the Arduboy, and I also ported it to the PlayStation Vita, so I'll kind of play a video from the Vita version. It's a little bit more easier to it's a little easier to understand. You kind of give it the power forward and power up to exactly show the speed and stuff. And yeah, it launches that way. So I guess the trajectory path graphics, anything that's needed for that, and then maybe something for the score, like a scoreboard or something. And of course we're going to need particle effects too, so and then let's do a list of features that we've talked about so far. So we want to be able to do we want particles in there. And I also want screen shake too. I want some like nice screen shake whenever the crazy bones collide, or maybe you hit the ground. And some sort of stats, and then of course your high score should be saved, which is like how many enemies you've defeated in a row. Okay, so I think we're good for that. So with that all said, let's, I guess, jump into the Arduino IDE, which is the software that we need to actually program for the Arduboy. And we'll make a new project too. So this project that just popped up is actually Circuit Dude version 3.2. So it's the latest version that I did. But let's also create a new project. And we will steal a few lines of code from there. Let's see. But first, let's kind of save this as a, like, save it out somewhere. Let's see, I'll save it as, and oh yeah, the name of this game. The original name was Crazy Bones, but I think to set us apart from Crazy Bones, we need to call it something different. And maybe we can call it, my friend was saying maybe Insane Skellies or Insane Skulls, but I like Skellies more. But maybe Skulls is more understandable. Okay, Insane Skulls. Okay. And now to create an Arduboy game, what we need to do is, and this is just like, there's nothing here. So we need to import the Arduboy board is already selected. And I did write a tutorial for all this too. So if you want to follow the beginning of setting up your own project, you can check out the Arduboy forum. But let's see. Let's I think what I need to do is import the Arduboy library, and I forget exactly how to do that. Oh yeah, these lines of code right here. And there's also a library for noises like beeping, so I'll use those as well. The Arduboy library is called Arduboy 2. It's a little bit confusing, but yeah. So now that we did that, I always put my own photo in here, and I call it me. It's my little credit stuff, my little credit image, like logo kind of. And it's right here. So this is the raw binary, and I'll kind of go through what all that stuff is later if you're not familiar with it. But let's see. And credits. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. And every time you set up the code to run on the Arduboy, you need to kind of do a few things as well. And I'm just going to kind of copy paste it. Okay, that pretty much sets up everything we need for now. I think I also need to do frame rate. Take a look at that. So I'm just kind of copying a little bit from Circuit Dude, but we'll expand on this and make it a little bit more understandable later. Just to be able to put it on the Arduboy. Oh, I grabbed the wrong cable. Totally have the wrong cable right there. All right. connected the cable, connected the Arduboy. And let's see. And it looks like it did find it. So I'll go ahead and just transfer the code over, compile it. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. I did do that. You know what? There is one more thing I need to do. For the text in Circuit Dude, I actually could not fit the text in there, so I had to do some special stuff to kind of draw the text, but only those specific words that I needed to be drawn, which are like my name and stuff. So let's take a look at Festive Fight, the code for that. And here we can look up credits, I think it was called, credit screen. Yep. And we'll plop this in instead. And then we'll put it on the Arduboy. And there we go. Uh-oh, I didn't do it right. Okay, I did not do arduboy.clear. Was there something else that I didn't do? Oh, arduboy.display. I think I need that too. All right, now we can try. All right, so this is the end result so far. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So we boot it up, and every time it boots, it has this boot, a booting thing. But then there we go. We show the picture of me with the text. So oh, this is actually a little low. Or even more low. There we go. So yeah, so the image that was drawn is this me right here. And that's being drawn with this draw bitmap. And then I print all this text. So, but I actually really dislike this, this editor. So what I've done before was used VS Code to handle the Arduboy instead. It's just way easier to program, a lot easier to kind of see on the screen too. So I'm going to, I guess, open Insane Skulls with this and see what happens. I think I may have installed the software already, but I didn't. I didn't check. So let's see, Control P. I think I should be able to type Arduino, or maybe Control K. Nope. Okay. And so it is kind of weird, like the Arduino IDE has spaces, and I hate spaces so much. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get rid of all these double spaces. Hate them so much. Okay. Now I should be able to open this back up and use tabs. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I guess before we get to handling the logic, ooh, sorry Java Jack, tabs are better than spaces. But I think even if you do like spaces, you can agree that 2 spaces is not enough. It's definitely not enough of a indentation. Okay, so let's see. There is a way to add in oh, my throat is killing me right now. How do we do? Totally forgot how to do that. VS Code Arduino. It's a shortcut to where you can install this extension really easily. Okay. Type in Control P. It was Control P. Ah. Alright, so we install this. Nope. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Forgot about the IntelliSense thing. I hope I don't have to worry about that whenever I compile. Control K, Control P. Control K, Control O. No, that's open. Dang it. Control Shift E, Control E. Control Shift P. That's what it is. No. Let's see. Arduino. Okay. Yeah, I think this is coming back to me now. Okay, so it does automatically have the Arduino stuff. I think that is new. Like it automatically pulls it in from the Arduino safe space. Daniel Pellipier says, howdy, how's it going? Arduino VS Code. Also, it's really hard for me to tell how many's actually here watching the stream tonight. It says 1, But I know for a fact that it's not true. Because multiple people are talking, so my apologies. Yeah, what was I looking at? Oh yeah, VS Code install header. Oh yeah, C++ properties JSON. I think I need to Control P. Properties. How do you do this? Yeah, it looks like they've kind of updated this a little bit. File preferences settings. And why is settings looking like this now? Daniel says, quick question. To ease the process of showing us the result of the code, would you be able to use the Arduboy emulator? Yeah, so I was definitely going to do that, but I want to do that after I can get it to compile properly. I mean, it's compiling now, but I want to make sure that I'm doing this properly first with VS Code before I kind of get into that. I think this is what I need. I think that's what I need. Include file not found in browse.path. Revise include path to look like this. Browse.path. Is browse.path a thing? Browse.path. Wow. This... What the heck? Had the same problem. I'm using Arduino extensions and resolved by adding browse path as shown below. Yeah, how do you... I don't know how to get to C properties.json. I think I can access it though, like C properties.configurations.browse. Configurations.browse. .path. Or maybe it's just that. Okay, how does it know that there's stuff to look for? Oh, my back is killing me. My back is killing me because of this leg immobilizer. Daniel says, it's cool seeing the process of preparing your workstation. Yeah, it's also kind of boring. I hate it. I haven't done this in years. Maybe I should find a tutorial myself instead of trying to tell people how to do it. Include path? Why does that light up? Yeah, so what I've been doing before at one point was to just kind of edit it in this VS Code and then copy paste it into the Arduino IDE. Super annoying, but the thing with the IntelliSense is that if IntelliSense doesn't understand it and get it, I don't think that the compiler will know either, or it might not understand properly. So I got to make sure I get it too. Let's see. Maybe 1 star. Oh, so this was actually correct at the very beginning. It just had 2 stars, and now it needs 1, not 2. Okay, very annoying. But oh wait, nope, doesn't appear properly. 1 second. I'm just gonna take my brace off for a moment because it is getting really hot and hurting. Oof. All right. File not found in the path. Arduboy.h. Where does Arduino find it? If you check use external editor in Arduino IDE, it will gray out the text area and auto detect every time you save it outside the editor. Really? No way. Where? Let's see. Whoa. Wow. Okay, I had no idea. Okay, I won't waste my time with this. I hate wasting my time trying to fix stupid little stuff. You're right, Java Jack. So smart. Okay, use external. I have unsaved changes. I saved my changes. File, preferences. What the heck? Maybe I have to close it. Oh my gosh. The Arduino IDE has a bunch of problems with it. A lot of I mean, it's easy for people to use if they've never used anything before, but File, Preferences, Use External Editor. Okay, finally. Wow. Yeah, that was kind of annoying. Oh, dang it, but it automatically converted everything to freaking spaces. I hate spaces so much. I don't even like spaces between words. I like tabs between words. Gosh dang it. All right, no sweat though, no sweat. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. And we'll close out of that. And we'll just compile it and make sure it works. And we've changed really nothing in the code. So okay, so here we go. It's working again, so perfectly fine. All right, so somebody earlier said, Daniel said on YouTube, why not try to use the emulator so that I can show you guys what's going on? And I will use that. So fmanga actually created a Arduboy emulator, and it was called Project Abe, I believe. Yep. And you can actually create a game on here, like actually on the emulator itself. And I'll do Insane Skulls for the name. and you can kind of test it. Now this is good for testing purposes, but honestly it's not super good for creating everything on here and running it, but we'll check it out and see what happens. We might run into an issue eventually. So let's see, what is this step? Resume. I did click run, I think, or oh wait, what's going on? It's tiny. Oh, it's because Arduboy 2 beep isn't there. Okay. And how do I get out of this? Source? Okay. And let's see. Yeah, I guess the beep doesn't work unless I have to specifically add it in, but yeah, maybe I could add sound in last or something to show you guys. I know for sure that I can actually drag over the what's it called? The compiled hex file over into it. And the hex file isn't actually a binary. It's actually like a script for something called AVR to instruct it how to put the binary data onto the Arduboy, and the binary is embedded into the hex file. But yeah, that's a story for another day. But okay, so we have basically the skeleton, the very base foundation for my game. I'm gonna go through and define a few things. So I like to include like the definitions at the top and variables at the top. So another variable could be like int game state. Actually, I'll use car game state though, and that'll like control the game state as a whole. And as we said earlier, there's these different scenes, so I'll bring them in real quick and kind of make a definition for each one. So, and I could use an enum for this, but I like to actually use macros. So we have state intro, and that'll be 0. Let's see, I'll make a few of these. I don't think this particularly saves any space in the Arduboy, but it's what I like to do. And then we have menu, and then we have score, and character. So it's like the character selection screen, and aim, and flick, I think we'll call it, and result. Maybe result is a good word for the victory screen, because, or no, yeah, maybe, yeah, result, yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, and then so the way we use these is I say game state equals to state intro. And then down here in the main loop, I can get rid of this gameplay logic and say switch based off of the game state, and then I can have a case for each one of these states. And for state intro, I can say go to credits, or go to the intro, or maybe a better way to say that is like draw the introduction. I'll make a function for credits up here, and it'll look like that. And I'll have a different case for each one of these. Uh-oh. Man, I wish the camera would flip the other way so I was looking at my code. Like, I want to look over here. I don't want to look over here. But my code's over here. Alright, so we have the credit state handled, but also this, even the switch statement is, if I wanted to make it more complex, can get kind of ugly. So I'm just going to put a gameplay function here. And this is kind of reminiscent of the Palm Pilot code that I wrote. And one of the things I also like to do is have this toState function. Maybe it's better described in with this. Yeah, here we go. Void toState. So this function is actually taking a button and then going to a state, but actually the button let's see, I'll get rid of that. I don't really need that. I think so. Maybe the button, the Festified toState was better, but a button, for instance. So if we just release the a button, then we will go to the new state. And I have this kind of, these sounds even saved as macros, so sound short and sound menu next. These are like the duration of the sound and the sound tone. So I'm going to copy that from Festified, which is just these right here. Then I'll make it look a little pretty too. There we go. Okay, so we've got some basic sound in there. Actually, we don't, because the sound function is even something I need to copy paste in. This helper function. Uh-oh. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we did that. Oh yeah. So what other variables are we going to need? And what I like to do about this point is create a function called like new game, something like that, or reset. And let's put it right here. Void reset. Actually, I like it maybe right here. Void reset, and what this will do is it'll reset all the variables associated with in-game activity. So like who's winning, stats, stuff like that. And as we create these variables, we will be able to put them into reset appropriately. Which actually, okay, so yeah, what stats are we looking for here? I guess one variable is player turn, and player turn is like, actually we'll do car player turn, and that's like which player is going. So like first player, second player will be CPU sometimes. So we can even say like boolean against CPU, or yeah, we'll just say boolean CPU equals false. And kind of choosing in the main menu area will allow us to figure that out. And I guess speaking of, we need to say like we'll have the main menu will kind of be like Festive Fight, where you have like some arrow and you like kind of scroll through. So we will use like yeah, we'll say arrow index, maybe. Yeah, we'll say arrow index equals to 0, or maybe, what should we call this? I guess cursor actually might be best. Wait, do we use cursor for anything? No, we set cursor. Okay, so cursor equals 0. And you know, when we go from state to state, the cursor is going to be used in multiple places. So we should actually say that cursor resets back to 0 when we change the state. Okay, so what are we going to do with this stuff then in the main menu? We'll say main menu for a function called main menu, and we'll put right here. And this will look like, yeah, what will this look like? I guess what we can do for now is, man, I don't want to waste time with that. Let's just do, let's open Photoshop up. We can start designing, I guess, some of the layouts and assets and stuff. Uh-oh. Okay, the Arduboy has a screen size of 128 by 64. So this is the screen right here. And for the background, it's usually black. And I'm thinking that the way we'll play is something like, or the way we'll go through this menu is something like this. Like we'll have, let's see, like player one player, 2 player, and sound right here. And then we'll have like a logo for the game right here. And then maybe this arrow will go here. And then whatever it's pointing at, it will kind of move to the side. And then as the arrow goes up and down this list, they'll kind of jump to the side a little bit. Okay, but if I want to readjust this, it's so annoying to have to go through and modify the values for each kind of asset. So I'm going to, without even knowing what these assets look like, kind of block this code out. And I'll have these functions right here, these values right here defined for the coordinates. So define menu, let's see, offset x menu. What does that look like? $18 pixels. Okay. And then we'll have a Y as well. What does Y look like? Okay, 28. And in the main menu, we need to say like if Arduboy.justReleased up, or just pressed, I think. Yeah, I think this should be just pressed, not just released. Just pressed. If just pressed up button, and then also a down. Right, so it's kind of like what happens if you push up and down. So we'll say cursor if you push up will go negative, decrease by 1, otherwise it'll increase by 1. And then if cursor is less than 0, then cursor equals 0. And then if cursor is greater than 3, no greater than 2, then cursor equals 2. All right, this is a little naive, but that's fine. And so if these items are, let's say they're 16 pixels tall. Oh, these are about 10. What? Okay, wait, 16 pixels. That's pretty tall. So these should actually be 8 pixels. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, there we go. And and let's say if Arduboy.justPressed a button, then we're going to be doing something, right? So we need to switch based off of the cursor value. So case, actually let's have menu states too. I'll put cursor up here. I'll have to find some cursor states or menu states. Menu 1p, define menu 2p, and define menu 3p. Oh, no, not 3p, sound, actually. Okay, so case menu 1p, break 2p, and sound. Okay, so if sound is being hit, then what we want to do is we'll copy some code over from Festifight again. I think there's arduboy.sound. What is it called? Tone? No. Oh, actually the sound, I think the sound function was messed up that we kind of copied. Yeah, because we don't use we don't use tones, we don't use tunes, we use beep. Yeah, okay. But we have here Arduboy.enabled for the sound. So audio dot enabled. Yeah, so we have dot off and on. So we have off and on. Audio dot toggle. Yeah. Okay. So we want to save. We want to toggle, and then we want to save it. That's what we want to do. If the sound is selected. So Java Jack, yeah, the core idea of what the game is, if you're just kind of joining in or if you missed it, there are these things called Crazy Bones from back in the day, like really old, from like the 90s. And the way you play this game is by flicking your little pieces of plastic at other people's pieces of plastic. So kind of from like down a hallway or something, from far away, you have like 6 versus 6. So this game is kind of like that. You have to angle your bones, and then you have to flick them, and you have to also make sure the trajectory is good enough. Let's see, circuit, no, create Crazy Bones Twitter. I have a video on Twitter of me and my friend playing. He got this sweet slow-mo kick, or a slow-mo hit. But yeah, here's my collection. There's like so many of them. Me and my friend bought like hundreds of dollars worth of them. It's kind of sad. But yeah, so you flick yours at each other, and then the first one to get rid of the opponents wins. And Um, they're kind of popular in the 90s among school kids, like playgrounds and like elementary schools and stuff. But a lot of people apparently banned them because people would steal from the other people or win theirs, and kids would complain. So I want to kind of recreate a game very similar to that, and the game is going to be called Insane Skulls instead of Crazy Bones. So this game is going to be very similar. There's going to be different character designs with different stats that affect the way the bones bounce or how durable they are, how much force they need to be knocked over. So yeah. And so one of the other variables that we'll need for besides player turn is CPU, right? So if cursor is here at one player, then we'll say CPU equals false. Otherwise, we'll say CPU equals true. And then we'll also say game state equals to state score. Or no, actually we'll only do that for one player. But for a second player, we'll say state car. Fistful of power? I think I've heard of those. Yeah, I think I've seen these before. They're just like little characters. These are pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I think Crazy Bones are like super ugly and kind of unappealing in their designs, but they have a certain kind of like 90s charm to them, kind of similar to how Pogs were. Not that fun to actually kind of look at. Like, I mean, these are some of the cooler designs. This is my favorite one. I really like his color and the way he's shaped. Here's a hamburger. Here's like a guy. He's like just made of goo. Some of them kind of glow in the dark, and some are clear, as you can kind of see by the translucence in those. Yeah, me and my friend bought like a lot of bags on eBay. But there's all sorts of them, and some of them are really good, like well balanced, and some are just terrible. So it's all about finding the ones that you think kind of will work best for the way you flick. Oh, you rolled characters like dice. Yeah, so this game actually there's several variations of ways to play. And you can like roll them kind of like dice, and depending on how they land, they have like they're worth different amounts of points, and so you kind of rack up points against your opponent that way. But yeah, kind of similar. I mean, it's based off of an old game called like Sheep Knuckles or Sheep Bones, and they were played with actual sheep knuckle bones. But okay, getting back to the code. Let's see. So we got this menu kind of going. We don't have any assets, so I think just to test the main menu, we should do this. Let's see, in here, this is where we'll kind of draw the stuff. So we're gonna draw the logo and draw the menu items, and then we'll draw the cursor as well. So I'll kind of turn those into okay, so I think I'm just gonna have like very simple looking graphics in the main menu. So nothing too fancy or cool, yes. maybe something like that could work. There we go. And let's see. We can have it say like solo or like head to head, maybe. Yeah, there we go. I guess a really big thin font isn't gonna look so cool, I don't think. It needs to like, I don't know, maybe be tiny and specific. I really like the Circuit Dude main menu. Actually, for the Arduboy, that is. Yeah, you see how I have like the text looking like that? That's pretty cool. Here's another picture of it. Maybe I can do that again. Yeah, maybe I could, I don't know. It seems maybe like it might be too derivative. Or maybe I could do this. What if I did this? What if I say, like I have kind of like 2 indicators, like one on each side. Yeah, maybe that would be cool. And then you go up and down, and then you like have the text here. And the text could look something like this. Uh-oh. What would it look like with text inside of it? And so solo, I think, is what we said. I'm gonna block out this code, this text real quick. See how much space I have. tall is this? It is 8 pixels tall. It needs to be a factor of like 8. Solo. But I like Festifight so much more. Okay, I'm gonna do this instead. I'll do 1p and 2p. I think that just looked way better. Yeah, 1. There we go, 1p. That doesn't look right. Let's see. Make this centered. Okay, so we have these labels here. Okay. I don't know if I like these arrows the way that they are, but I do like them combined. This is kind of cool. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, but what is it going to look like when it's not selected? We got to keep that in mind. Or maybe this is the non-selected version. Okay, let's do 2p real quick. Okay, that's not bad. That was a little bit quicker than I thought. And gonna have to make some sort of symbol for sound, but in Festifight I had something. What did that look like again? Huge icons. Huge icons. Okay. I could do a small one. need to do 2 of them. Yeah, okay, that looks good. And what about whenever the sound is off? What does that look like? It'll look like this. Okay, I guess that's cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is kind of annoying. But we got the buttons, whatever. We have the 3 buttons. What if I invert this one? Nope, that's not what I mean. If I invert this one. If I just invert them. Yeah, I think there's a way to do that. Yeah, I think I'll do this. Okay, so I'm going to group these together in Photoshop, kind of move them out of the way. Let's do the logo now. I think maybe putting them in the corner will be cool. And then we do something crazy. Let's look for a cool font. This is what I want right here. This is a very simple one. Insane. I don't quite know how I want this to look yet, but I think if we play it right, we can make this look super cool. The text is way too far apart too. I want it to look kind of wacky. How can I pull that off on such a tiny resolution? The festive fight, what I did, let's see, this is what I did for that. Kind of had an outline. I don't want it to look too similar to that, but I really like how this turned out. Like, it's really easy to read. It's a simple logo. I wonder if I could like rotate this text easily, what it would look like. Yeah, okay. Huh. Interesting. It keeps the crispness of the anti-aliasing, so I might be able to get away with something like this. This is actually kind of 90s-esque. Let's rotate it a little more. What about that? Oh my gosh, this is pretty cool looking, but I don't know, it's not going to be very memory efficient. It's going to take up a bunch of space in the memory. Hmm. Maybe this L is a little too big. Okay, insane skulls. And I have enough space kind of like up here, I think. Let's see. To put insane. And maybe I can do like a flame of how radical it is. It's insane in the membrane. What do punk rock logos look like? What is punk rock? Something like that. Oh, there's got to be a splat. Yeah, splats were definitely 90s. All sorts of splats in the 90s. Okay. Insane skulls. I think I can do a splat of some sort. And the splat can be the same color as the word skulls, and insane can be inverted. That would be cool. Don't want to get demonetized. Okay. Excuse me while I readjust myself. This chair is incredibly uncomfortable. It's actually kind of looking cool. I hope it's not just because it's green though. And I hope it doesn't look like fire. I don't want it to look like fire. I want it to look like splats. Okay, let's see what happens when I fill this in a little bit more. I have to zoom in a little bit. This is kind of very slow. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oh man, this is looking awesome. This is looking sick. Insane skulls. So I don't want to put too much in between the text, but I think I might have to. I think I might have to really get down deep in there. Huh. That doesn't look too bad. I kind of want to do more up here. Afraid of doing too much though. Gonna get rid of this kind of connection right here. Oh, with this, and same thing right here. Just kind of cut these off. And let's see. It's actually looking super cool, pretty legit. Okay, zoom in more. let's kind of redo a little bit up here. Something like that. That's so cool. I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, but I hope this looks good whenever we make it turn white. Man, what is the size of this thing though? In pixels. 59 by 98. That's so much memory. I'm gonna have to do some special slicing to make this fit in the memory the way we want it to. Okay, now let's turn this white. I like it, but there's a few problematic areas, like right here. There's a little empty. I'm going to duplicate these layers and then rasterize them, and then work specifically with them. Merged together, so like I can pull these letters up. There we go. I can even do it on this side too to be even. Nah, one. Okay, maybe if I just pull the L up. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad like that. And I think this, unfortunately, is off too much. So I'm going to need to pull this in. Maybe even get rid of that. Something like that. We just need to add a little bit of details to it now. That. Or maybe just right here. Yeah, did like bubbling on one side kind of thing. Oh, that's too much. But I do like the one side. Nope, maybe not that side, maybe this side. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look too bad like that. Okay, now I'm gonna do something where I just pull out the white in this image. And there we go. This is the logo only in white, which would be, if we were done with it, what would go into the Arduboy game. Let's see. How big is this bad boy? It is 96 by 61. Let's see if we can do grid view. And file properties, edit preferences, maybe. Interface. Oh, maybe you do it this way now. Nope. I want to look at the grid. Maybe I hit it. Let's see. Oh, dang it. Oh, here we go, grids and slices. Wait a minute, how do you change the grid view? Grid size, this? No. Photoshop, change grid size. Edit preferences. For style, choose. So it was alright, I guess. I just didn't see it. Here we go. Every 1 inches, every. How about every 16 pixels? Okay, there we go. Yeah, and see, this would help us kind of gauge or figure out how we could slice this apart to save space and memory. For instance, we could slice it this way. Like that could be a slice. And then the next slice could look like this. And then the next slice could look like this. Yeah, a few different ways we can do it. Okay, but for now, let's go ahead and just throw it into the project and see what it looks like on the actual Arduboy itself. And I do need to size it up, of course. There we go. All right, so let's see. I think fmanga also had a image converter for the Arduboy. And it was super easy, super convenient. Nope, not that. Oh, Fwappy made it. Okay, now you can just paste it in. This one's the most convenient one, I think. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck? Uh-oh. Alright, there we go. That's what we want. Lad diet. And here we have this image data, the raw image data for that logo. Let's call it logo. And we'll copy that in. And then we'll collapse it because I never want to see that data again. It's a lot. And just like we did with the me bitmap, we'll draw here. And it is a 64 pixel tall by 97 wide. And where is it going to be located? $31,000. It'll be located just like that on the screen. And it'll be logo. Okay, let's compile this real quick in the Arduino IDE. Oh, we gotta plug the Arduboy in. Sound menu next, not declared. That would make sense. Let's add the sounds in, the sound values from Festive Fight, I believe. Nope, I guess it's from Circuit Dude. Sound short. Okay. Try one more time. And CUSOR, CUSOR. Should be cursor. All right, so let's take a look at what it looks like now. All right, so this is the Arduboy. There we go. You should be able to see my beautiful face on there. And if I push A, wait, oh, nothing happens. What the heck? What? No, nothing happens. Maybe that's because we never do anything in the credits, right? Oh, we want to say two state. I see. We want to add this. Two state. This is if you push the A button, where do you go next? And if you're in the credits, then we want to go to the main menu. So state menu. And now let's compile that. Uh-oh. Oh, it's making a very annoying noise. Oh, it's actually not anymore. Okay, check it out. Camera transition. Okay. Ooh, look at that logo. Sick. It's radical. Let's see if I can get it to focus right. It looks so good on the unit. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over back to the programming. Okay, so that worked. So for 2 hours, we have pretty much that. Going to the main menu and then seeing the logo, which isn't bad, I guess. I think the reason why I was making that beep noise was because sound short. Is actually very long. So it's 100. Let's do like, I don't know, 50 or 25. Maybe even 15. I guess we can do these. We're gonna run out of space, I think, doing the buttons the way I want them to be. Oh, I keep forgetting to click that transition button, my bad. Now I'm thinking, what if we had some sort of like splat logo or something instead? But then again, the splat is a better contrast when there's no other splats, I think, so. Okay. I guess this is pretty simple, straightforward, what we got to do for the buttons. So the buttons are going to be actually sliced. They're going to be multiple pieces. This portion. And then this portion. And this portion. And the reason for that is so that we can reuse these, save a little bit of space. And then this portion right here can just be inverted whenever it's not selected. Oh, I was off a little bit. Huh. Okay, fix that. Let's see. There we go. So essentially we would be moving these up and down and then inverting the one that we want to display. For draw bitmap, oh yeah, we do a color. Okay. So we just swap white with black. I think is how it works. No. Maybe there's an invert color. I think there might be something like that. Arduboy library. Arduboy 2. And then we'll have, we'll look for draw bitmap. Color. And what is this? Color. The color pixel is a bit set to 1 in bitmap. If the value is invert, bits set to 1 will invert the corresponding pixel. Optional defaults to what? Yeah, so it needs to be invert. So I think that's a built-in way to invert the pixels. So Okay, so let's do this. I gotta color some of these in real quick. Okay, perfect. Cool, so we have these little labels, I guess you could call them. And then we have these end caps. So I'm going to copy them into, let's see, where was that? Fwopies, or Fowpies, I guess you could call them. Fwopie? A little hard to say. And these are multiples of 8. And I think there's actually a secret to this too. If I click this, it's copied to my clipboard. So I can go up here and I can say, yeah, paste that in. So this is the 1P code, right? So I can actually say const unsigned car, call it menu labels. Okay, prog mem equals to, and this will actually be a multi-dimensional one. It'll be multiple labels, and let's see, menu sound, and then we can have another one called menu sound off. No, on. Menu sound will be off. Yeah, menu sound will be off, and the menu sound on will be on. And now we use menu sound here for this kind of loop, but because we already have like these defined, we can put them in an array and put the labels in the same order as the menu itself and access them that way, instead of like making their own variable names and stuff. Okay, and sound off will be first, and I think we can do sound off first so that we can do some arithmetic to access the on and off label a little bit easier. And here we go, on. Okay, So we got those menu labels, and then we need the end caps. So we'll say, we'll have another kind of multi-dimensional one too. It'll just be called menu caps. Ooh, my butt hurts. Losing some blood down there. Okay. So we have these menu offsets for these, but I don't know if that'll work nowadays or right now because of the way we've changed it. Okay, this is located at 2237. So the menu offset is supposed to be 2237. 2237. And so what we'll do is in the main menu, say for cart I, which is item or index, equals 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, and we'll just kind of cycle through these 3 images and display them. Actually, maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. We will not do that. We'll just use Arduboy draw. Okay, and we'll say offset Y and offset X. So offset X menu for the first one, and offset Y menu for the second one, and it'll be menu labels, right? Yeah, menu labels. And we'll say it is menu labels menu 1P. And these things are 11 by 8. 11 by 8. So 11 by 8 white. Plus 9 times 1 plus 9 times 2. I like to do this sometimes just to kind of keep track of things. If I need to go through and reorder these a little bit, I'll just change the value 9, for instance, to like 10 if I want to add spacing between them. Makes it a little easier, and it doesn't add any space when it compiles. Menu sound. So sound, the thing with sound is we need to actually draw a different icon based on if the sound is on or not. So what we'll say is menu sound, and since we know sound on is one more than menu sound, we'll say menu sound plus Arduboy dot audio dot enabled to figure out if it's enabled or not. And if it isn't enabled, it'll be 1, which is true. So it'll be 2 plus 1. Otherwise, it'll be 0. So sound is 2 plus 0. So that's how we can access it in the array. And then for white, we either are going to do white or black or invert, right? So we need to say cursor. Actually, we'll do it this way. Cursor equals to that menu item. If it is, then white. Otherwise, invert. And then, of course, we will draw the end caps, which will kind of look like this. They'll always be white, and we'll always, actually, how big are they? 8 by 9. X 8 by 9. Yeah, or 9 by X, 9 by 8, I should say. And it is menu caps and then 0. And see here, here's where it kind of works out, because I said it offset Y menu plus 9 times 0. I can say times cursor instead, because cursor's value changes between 1 and 3. And menu caps 1. So we'll draw both menu caps. I'm going to try to compile this. I might get some kind of syntax errors, but we'll see. Oh, that's right. So multi-dimensional arrays in C++ need to be defined with at least one of the values. So 8, 9. With one of the values defined just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do I need to do that? Oopsies. I think 11. Okay, so let's take a look at the Arduboy real quick. Also, let's see. XX Diop XX. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. XX Diop says, I recognize you from the Enjon server. Smile, I'm Linux term. Sweet, dude. Cool. Yeah, that server is awesome. Enjon is a really cool game engine. And it looks like my, let's see. Yeah, my chat kind of crashed. So if somebody says anything, I really won't be able to see it. But okay, let's take a look at the game so far. So I'm gonna zoom in with the camera. Boom. Let's see if I can get this just right. Probably not. Oh my gosh. It's like, this is like impossible. Okay, there we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So, oh, wait a minute. This button. There we go. Oh my gosh. I messed up a little bit. Let's see. Can you see that? You can kind of see. Let's push up and down. I think you can see what the issue is. This side. I accidentally drew the caps over the item, but we can test this real quick. Yeah, so I actually turn the sound off and on. See, the icon changes whenever I go over it and push the button. So, easy fix. So XX says, what is this game? And the game is this game called Crazy Bones. When I was a kid, it was really popular, and me and my friend recently kind of rediscovered it, and we bought a bunch of Crazy Bone packs. They're like these plastic figurines that you flick at each other, and it's kind of a game where you, I don't know, it's like jacks mixed with like, it's kind of like jacks, you know, like the ball game where you drop it and you pick up the jacks. So it's not really like a board game, but it's not like, obviously not a video game. There is a cool video that I keep bringing up on Twitter, or on this stream that I had on Twitter. See, this is kind of my collection, but this is a video of my friend doing an awesome flick. Boom! Knocked out one of my guys. So the game is kind of like you choose your own team, and then you go head to head with somebody, or you go against the computer. And the characters all have weird designs too, so they'll have different stats, like how easy they are to knock over, or how fast they go, how hard they hit, stuff like that. And it's going to be called Insane Skulls instead of Crazy Bones. So this offset X menu thing needs to actually be, for the caps, needs to be -11 or -9, and then +11 for the right side. So I'll recompile that one more time. And I think everything is off to the, let's see, to the right a little bit too much. So I'm gonna adjust this macro a little bit to like 18. And then I'll recompile it. What engine? Well, this is an Arduino based console, so there is no engine. I'm literally writing a game, like it's on a microcontroller, so there's no engine, but it'll be like a firmware. So I'm like kind of writing an operating system or a firmware that is actually a game. Okay, so switching back over to the camera now, we can take a look at the updated sketch. Ooh, look at that. So the up and down works, and you can't really tell. I'll use the emulator next time for sure. I can't get it to work necessarily right now with the library, but yeah, so we need to make sure that the colors are inverted, because right now it's still white on black. We need to figure that out. Go back to this. Let's take a look at where we use invert. So if the cursor is equal to menu 1P, they both have the same data type. No problem there. Then it will be white. Otherwise, invert. Where's that document at? Did I close out of the document? I think I may have. Why did I do that? Okay, so the color of pixels for bits set to 1 in the bitmap. If the value is invert, bits set to 1 will invert the corresponding pixels. Oh, I see, because this is going to be like a mask. So I think what I'm going to have to do is re-implement this code, this draw bitmap, but we'll have another parameter for if we want the 1 or the 0. Let's see. Okay, so Arduboy 2 draw bitmap. That's exactly not what I wanted. I think this is, yeah, this is definitely the guy that maintains the Arduboy 2 library. It might be in core. Nope, just Arduboy 2. Yeah, here we go. This is the Arduboy 2 function for draw bitmap. So instead of using Arduboy2.drawBitmap, what we're going to do now is use just a draw bitmap. We'll call it the same thing. Won't reference it though. So we do save that memory. Actually, I take that back. We do lose the memory because of Arduboy.begin references it. But if we run out of space, there's plenty of ways we can compress this a little bit more. I'm not too upset about that. So draw bitmap. Let's just make sure this compiles real quick. Now that I kind of took that code from the library. Oh, that's right. I need to say what it returns, which is nothing. S buffer? Oh, fudge. Okay. S buffer. I think I have to do Arduboy.sbuffer. Okay, so it compiled. Uses a whole bunch of memory. Jeez. But let's see. Color. So okay, so what we did this entire thing for was to figure out, like, to invert the value pretty much. Let's say if it's 0, we want to draw it anyways, but with the color given. So we can basically invert the color. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's not do this. Let's cheat. I got an idea. Because invert, what it does is it inverts something that it's drawing over. No, wait. I lied. Never mind. Dang, jeez. I'm trying to think of a good way to do this because right now what it's doing is it's kind of just putting this code into the buffer. B row. Plus A. S row. Y offset. If okay. You know what? Maybe this isn't the best way to do it. Jeez. Because I'm thinking, how can we invert that whole patch? And what we could do to invert that patch is just throw a square. Yeah, so something like this. We could throw a square instead of yeah. Okay, inverting it is the right idea, but we can throw a square down first and then invert that square. And so what I mean is we actually will need a for loop to kind of optimize this a tiny bit, and we'll use a char I equals 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. And what we'll do is we'll say if I equals to cursor, then we'll do this. Else, and we don't need to say cursor anymore. We say I. Otherwise, we will draw a white square, which normally would mess up our image, but then we invert it. And we can do that. Let's change this 0 to I. Instead of, and you know what? All these draw bitmaps need to be arduboy.drawBitmaps. There's actually a function called fillRect. Yeah. And we'll use that. So X, Y, and then height and width. And then color. So that should compile. Let's see. Oh, yes, I did mean to say draw bitmap. Draw bitmap with a capital B. Hey, I compiled, sweet. Okay. So this kind of works. It's kind of interesting seeing what it's doing though, because look, if you take a look, it does seem to work for the menu, but then you go down. Uh-oh. Did it die? I don't think so. Okay, so it does look like it's normal, or like it's supposed to, but then you push down, and they all kind of light up. So it only works for the first menu item. Canadian Gamer Girl 111000 asks if I have kids. No, I do not have children. Kind of random, but nope, no kids yet. Okay, so let's try to figure out the and Canadian Gamer Girl 111000. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Okay, so cursor, whenever cursor is 0, this is the only time it works. Because of, I see, menu 1P. That's right. So we gotta fix that. If cursor equals to, well, actually, the way I would write it is cursor is what we're checking against, and I is the variable that we have. So if I equals cursor, then white, otherwise invert. Oh, actually, does not equal. But you know what? We already checked that, so we always want to draw a rectangle. Okay. All right, so I think that was right. I just had that extra cred at the end for no reason. I'll compile it real quick. Oh, let's see. Okay, and let's take a look at the Arduboy again. And you can see, ooh, the menu, good. And even the sound looks like it changes. See? Sweet. All right. I think that's going to be a good spot to stop for the night. I mean, it's 11:10. Okay, so let's see. Cool. Well, I'm going to be back on again on Thursday night to kind of finish this up a little bit more. So if you want to continue following along, come back on Thursday night, 7:30 Central Standard Time is what I'm going to try to start. Today I was a little bit late, so if I'm late, I try to post it onto, where's it at? My Twitter account, which is right there, twitter.com/crate. And then the video on demand for this is going to be on YouTube, so youtube.com/crate2. So all the streams that I do get saved to YouTube, but they're also simultaneously casted to both YouTube and Twitch as well. So twitch.tv/thecrate. So if you, I don't know, like to use Twitch more than YouTube or YouTube more than Twitch, you can follow on both of them, and they're, let's see, both underneath me. So it took me a little bit to get this stuff kind of put together for the stream tonight. So, and I'm very tired, so I'm gonna end it right here. But next stream, I think we'll actually start doing more of the gameplay stuff, because that was more of getting the environment set up, getting the logo made, and just kind of getting the bare bones beginning of the project ready. So, all right, cool. Well, I think my counter is broken, so I can't actually tell how many people are chilling right now with me. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to raid a friend real quick who usually is streaming around this time. So I'm gonna see how he's doing, but I appreciate you guys chilling for the night with me. And let's see. I don't know what he's playing, but he always is playing weird stuff or stuff I've never played before, so. So I think it's actually gonna start the raid in like 5 seconds or so. So, oh, there we go. Now I can do it. Cool. Well, thanks guys for showing up and hanging out. Bye.